Mokushka.
You'll feel.
We arrive now beneath the triumphant castle, perched atop this basalt cliff. Actually, they say the word Salgó comes from an ancient word meaning shiny. And you can imagine as the magma cooled, the shiny cliffs that solidified. Oh, and here we come up into the castle. You see that placard? Itt járt Petőfi Sándor 1845. Június 11. Wow. And this is where he wrote his famous verse. A pen, a piece of paper, and a view like you wouldn't believe. Little pocket of blue sky there. Light green nature graffiti coating the rocks. The view beyond. Oh, gorgeous. We can see another castle. I believe that's Somoška, just across there in the fog. This whole area has tons of castles given its sharp peaks and its former place at the sort of precipice, the border of vital strategic importance. Oh, a little bit dangerous going up steps like this. Ah, yes. Nemros. Tényleg Nemros. Ooh. You know, castle hunting, it's not such a safe sport. You gotta always be on red alert. Little slips out through the trees. Oh, I just love this aesthetic. The rain, it feels so welcome. And it reminds me of a legend that I heard about the Salgóvar, which took place from this castle and into a neighboring one. For the lord here was a man by the name of Kompoti Peter. You're gonna love this story. It's just so romantic. So basically what happens is that Kompoti Peter, he has two sons. Their names are David and Job. And Peter, he says, fellas, boys, let's go raid a castle. So they get onto their horses and they gallop over to the neighboring castle, which belongs to a noble named Gedu Simon. Now, Gedu Simon, he's got a lovely, exquisite, ravishing wife by the name of Perenna. And when the guys arrive at the castle, they say, Simon, give us your wife, give us your money. We're here and we want it. Simon, of course, he says no. So Job, he hops off the horse and slits Simon's throat. His brother David gathers the hysterical Perenna, slings her on his back, and gallops back to Salgó. It's just wonderful being up here with this view and watching the drip drop of the rain, the eshik az eső. Peter says, look boys, I'm the father, Perenna is mine. Job says, nuh-uh-uh-uh-uh, I killed Simon, she's mine. David says, no, I ran away with her, she's mine. Anyway, David kills both of them in their sleep, and then out of shame and regret, takes Perenna and gallops off the cliff, hurtling to their deaths. A triple murder-suicide. I mean, really just indicative of the times of the post-Arpad era anarchy, which is why Hungary craved strong leaders afterwards. In the next century, there were only three, more than a century. Károly Robert, his son, Nagy Lajos, Louis the Great, and then Zsigmond of Luxembourg, who married into the family and consolidated a huge swath of power all over Central Europe, although didn't really spend too much time in Hungary. Treacherous, truth be told. Now, it was after Zsigmond that Hungary went into a little bit more turmoil. The Turks pushed further upwards. Of course, 1456, Battle of Nedorfehérvár, Hunyadi János, the internecine rivalries that erupted following his death, and then the reign of King Mátyás, Hunyadi Mátyás, Mátyás Király. And at the beginning of Mátyás Királly's reign, this here castle actually fell into the hands of the Hussites. And the Hussites consolidated power in Bohemia. As the 15th century progressed, they took over this castle, and then Mátyás Király, he won it back But that is a story for another day. Now we wave goodbye to the lovely, lovely Salgóvar as we sprawl out into the region on this ever so spring-like day and explore all else it has to offer. You can see the classic darkened basalt rocks, magmatic in nature. And this right here tells us that the fire spitting activity which formed the foundations of this Salgóvar erupted out of the earth some 5 million years ago. Asta. The castle at sunset. Avar. Naplamente ben. Nagyon veszélyes. Yo. So the Boszorkány Kő, where we're heading right now, is also known as the Little Salgó, the Kis Salgó. And it's called Boszorkány Kő, or Witch's Stone, because as legend has it, this basalt formation with its idiosyncratic shapes was the spot where the witches in the area would perform their spells. I wore the totally wrong outfit. Every piece of this outfit is wrong in its own way. But you know, what are you gonna do? Oh my God, this is absolutely awe-inspiring. We can see the Salgóvar poking its head up there. And here is the Boszorkány Kő. Yes, I can see why the witches chose this for their magic. Okay, so this right here, what we are approaching, is the exact witch's stone. I mean, oh, as the rain comes to a somewhat standstill, we can see the sun reflecting off of these basalt sheer stone faces. How slick. Quiet now. There could be witches anywhere. Oh. What a special treat this was. Köszönöm szépen. Nagyon köszönöm szépen. Salgótarján, a Salgóvar, a Boszorkány Kő, a Medves hegyek, tavasz, Magyarországon. All right, we found a super tsuki little buffet at the foot of the castle. Egészségedre, házi. Fantastic alma palinka, and here is the Usi Barack Tariani Zamatos Usi Barack. Oh, yo, even better, delicious. 9.7. 9.7. The Salgóvar. What a way to spend a rainy day. And now we approach castle number 2 of the day, the Somoška. Somoška, Somoš stone. Don't know what Somoš means, but Kő means stone. A beautiful fixture. We saw it in the distance from the Salgótarján. And Petőfi Sándor also visited this castle the day after he visited Salgó. Over that away, he came here June 12th, 1845. Somoška. Oh, this is his little hut. The Petőfi Queenhő Somoška. I guess this is where he stayed. It's turned into sort of like a Petőfi shrine. Huh. Well, not 5-star accommodations, but Petőfi Sándor, he made do. Oh, and here's Balási Bálint, warrior poet. You can see on a map where we are, right here in the midst of the Karancs-Medves nature region. And interestingly, this Somoška is on the Slovakian side of the border. The Somoška Újfalu beneath is still in Hungary, but this castle itself now is Slovakian territory. A quite impressive fortification, cylindrical in shape, A little bit different than the Salgó across the way. Don't know quite as much about the specific history of this fixture. Same as you?
Yeah.
Oh, you like it? It's nice?
I mean, I like it, but I don't know.
Did you guys go to the other one over there?
No, I only went down the stone waterfall.
Oh, is that nice? It's worth seeing?
Yeah, it's really nice. You should go.
Thank you. All right. They say there's a stone waterfall on that side. An impressive old pile. For all of those of you who have not been to see the castles of this region yet, I do very much encourage it. Oh wow, what a point this would have been for surveying invading troops. Great views. Oh, there's a Turkish column coming up that way, lads. Or in the days of Mate Chak, Caro Roberto, his forces are on the loose. Death is on your doorstep. Oh wow, not a bad spot for a game of tennis. Look at that. All right, we made it to the top. We made it to the top. And one more glance outside. The purest picture. I mean, who needs television when you got that, baby? Well, we can see here this incredibly unique basalt rock waterfall with its signature hexagonal pattern, formed 4 million years ago as the result of lava cooling. So interesting. It's like the building blocks of nature, and this stone was excavated in order to build the Somoška Castle. The peaceful sounds of the countryside. Listen for the call of the spring birds. A nice house, probably unchanged for the past several decades, as much of this region. This right here is the Zojva Patak. A nice little patak, a brook. Dog's all muddy. See you, Kutya. Look at this lovely house here. Is this a sauna? We got some wooden Viking ships. Varaya ut. He's an ut. Scenes of spring. Scenes of spring. Well, I hope you enjoyed this day of adventure. Just half as much as I did. And our final shot of the day here on the perimeter of Salgótarján is this flint stone excavation mound. Salgótarján Zaj Verona. Wow. And the exploration is really limitless. But for now, we must bid adieu. Fare thee well, and thanks for joining on this terrific little adventure.
De gyönyörű, és például imádom a nyelvtörő, mint a fekete bikapatta, kopogapatika, pepetitövén.
Jézusom, ezt még én sem tudom elmondani.
Az ipafáj papnak papipájában, ezzel az ipafáj papipája van. Papipája van, yeah. És a megszentségtelen ellenség esküdése itekert.
Na, ezt tudom én is, igen.
Kicsit a
Nagyon ügyes vagy.
buli játék.
Ügyes vagy. Na.